Hey guys, it's Ron Bass with another edition of the Ron Bass Show, your source for inspiration, motivation, encouragement, some dry humor. Mr. Brent Atterbury.
Did you have to read what you were telling them?
I was glancing at some notes.
Oh, I was gonna say you say that.
You know, I bet a lot of professional speakers still use notes on their phone now. I see it. You know, it's okay to refer back.
Are they right on their hand?
And when you get older, it's hard to remember everything. Your memory goes bad, man. It's just the way it is. The brain shrinks. I'm going to start off with a Ron's rant. We haven't done that in a long time.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's a good story. So I'm at the gym today, right? That's why I was holding this up. This is a Gatorade. Okay, Gatorade, if you're listening. Love the product. It's great to revive you and give you some energy. Yeah, it's really good. Originally, this was made, I think, for the football team, the Gators, like way back in Florida. There was some people that
Really?
worked. Yeah, it was a college, and that's whatever that Florida town was, and they created this drink way back. And I think he eventually sold it, and now I'm not sure who owns it. Probably Coca-Cola. Who knows? At any rate, so I have a beef. Every time I open this Gatorade for a drink, you notice the top. So when you drink it, guess what happens? It spills.
You have a hole in your lip.
And you know where it spills?
Where?
On my effing tie.
Oh.
And I'm working out and I'm looking down and I see these streaks on my tie.
Do you have a drinking problem?
I have a drinking problem. It's very irritating. Now, I'm not complaining.
Yes,
I am
you
complaining
are.
a little bit, yeah. So, Gatorade, please come up with a better way to allow the person to drink without it spilling on them.
Those curves just don't work with your lips.
I'm telling you, man, it's got to be the design. It's not me.
It's not me.
Not me. Okay, so much for that. I have to be really careful when I drink. I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's hard enough when you're working out.
Yeah. It's hard to drink when you're working out. I
It's
can
hard
see
to drink
that.
when you're working out.
Running on the stairs.
A friend of mine told me yesterday, who was it? Let's see. Let me think who it was. I've got a couple friends left.
Oh, good. Good.
What was that person's name? What were they saying? They were saying, "Hey, Ron." Oh, I know who it was. It was my bank teller. Beautiful young lady, very fit. She said, "Ron, I want you to know I went to the gym yesterday and I did 7 miles on the bike." I said, "Man, that's great." She said, "But I'm really having a motivation problem getting into the gym." And I said, "Well, imagine that." So we talked a little bit, and I said, "You know, the best suggestion I've got is always be around people that are already doing what you want to do, and that's going to give you a lot of motivation. Set the pace." We talk about it all the time. You become who you surround yourself with. So it's not that complicated. Get rid of the bad people. Bring on the good people. If you got to be alone for a while, be alone, man. It's better than being around a lot of bad people. So, but I was really encouraged to hear her tell me that because she's really a great person and very smart, very ambitious, wanting to get ahead. I remember one day I was in there and she was wearing a suit. Because I wear a tie every day, and she said, "What do you think?" And she was showing me her suit, and I said, "That's beautiful."
Yeah.
And I said, "Man, you wear it so well. You really look great, and this is really good for your confidence too, because you feel good about yourself, and it gives you some confidence." And she said, "Yeah, and I bought it secondhand for like $30, and this and perfect. Whatever it takes. You don't have to go out and spend $500 for a suit." Speaking of that.
Well, I remember when I was 21 or 22, someone recommended that I buy the book Dress for Success.
Yep.
I don't know if you ever read that.
I remember the book,
okay. Yeah. So there you go.
When I was really young, I used to wear a suit, and I would trick myself into believing I was already successful. So you can almost trick yourself into believing anything, and eventually, if you look the part and act the part, guess what's going to happen? You're going to become the part.
The part.
Mm-hmm.
Parts are parts.
Parting is so sweet sorrow.
Yes.
Oh boy. By the way, our humor here is pretty dry, just so you know.
That's right.
I don't know what it is about dry humor. I think because it's more for intelligent people.
Oh, make us feel good. You're tricking us. You're tricking us into thinking we're intelligent.
Brett came up with an idea earlier. I wrote it down. It's like we're talking about a friend of ours retired, and he was so disappointed, and I'm disappointed because to retire is to die. You have to keep going. Just do something. I mean, stay busy with a goal, a profession, a hobby, something, and stay active. Don't just like go fishing every day and sleep late every day and all that. That's not going to get it, man. But I was telling Brent, I said, you just have to enjoy the process every day. Enjoy the ride. It's not that complicated. People make success way too complicated. I was telling a friend of mine yesterday about that. I said, just one of my students, he just turned 18. And this guy's like very athletic. He just joined the military. He's finishing school, high school. He's a really good guy, really good grappler too, very good. He's boxing. He's doing Jiu Jitsu with us. And I said, man, you're going to have all these things come along that are going to be a problem. Like you're going to have distractions. You're going to have discouragements. You're going to have disappointments. But you got to stay the course, man. If you start something, don't quit. Just because stuff comes up and makes your life miserable doesn't mean you have to get off the track. And it's so easy to do.
I think the reason why they feel like it's difficult is because they don't know what to do. They don't know
They don't have
how
the
to get.
experience.
Well, they don't know how to get from point A to Z, and they don't know what roadmap or what is required of that. And I think it's in their eyes it's hard,
Yes.
but it doesn't have to be.
Well, I think it has to be hard in order for you to grow as a person.
Yes, but it doesn't have to be if you work at it to try to get where you want to go. Don't give up. Surround yourself with good people. Work the process.
Yes, work the process.
Yeah.
But the reality is, Brent, in my opinion, it's going to be difficult to get from point A to point B because life is just so full of so many ups and downs. I want to talk a little bit about it. I know we talk about it probably all the time, but it's worth repeating. How do you get through the daily struggles? And for me, the best way for me, other than getting a good night's rest, is to exercise. I know it's repetitive and all. I talk about it all the time, but guys, there's just nothing like 45 minutes to an hour a day of some kind of exercise. You can walk, bike, if you don't want to go to the gym. It's simple. You don't need a membership. Kettlebells. I use kettlebells every night. It's a simple way to just get some exercise. But really, walking is probably the best alternative. Walking, swimming, biking is probably the best alternative to going to the gym. But if you got a membership, man, get a membership. They're not that much, $10 a month, $20 a month, $30 a month. And just, if you don't want to go every day, go every other day. Go every third day. Get into the habit. Exercise is just, man, it's just so important. It does so many good things for you. But aside from that, look, we're going to be dealing with a lot of stuff every day. And what's going to happen is this stuff is going to get in your way, and it's going to cause you to get off track. You might be depressed. You might be anxious. You might have a disappointment. Somebody in your life really upset you and did something that you just can't believe they did to you. It hurts. I get it. You might have some health issues. Obviously, you might have some frustrations. But the bottom line is, all these things are going to happen, and you have to recognize and be realistic that it's going to be difficult to get from point A to point B because of distractions. And there's going to be all kinds of distractions. But you have to stay the course. When you set the goal, say you set a goal, I want to get a better job. Let's just keep it really simple. And you're going along and you're not happy where you're working and you're not making enough money and people aren't treating you right. And so that's a discouragement too. But you can't let that stop you from getting to the goal. Every day you have to constantly remind. I make notes, right? I write down notes. You can use your tablet. You can use your phone. You can use your computer and type your notes in that way. However you want to write them down. And remind yourself every single day that goal is more important than anything in your life. I know it sounds selfish, but if you're not successful, the people around you are going to have a hard time getting there too, because they're looking to you as a parent, as a mature person, for leadership. And you're not going to be able to provide leadership if you're not staying upbeat and positive and ambitious and progressive. Okay, so you get knocked down. Look, when I do Jiu Jitsu, a lot of times I get knocked down, I get submitted, I get, maybe get hurt physically. But that doesn't mean that you quit and not do it again. I'll give you a perfect example. So I have, the last couple of years I've developed arthritis, and particularly in my knees. Well, what happens is when I do a lot of exercise, particularly when I do grappling, Jiu Jitsu, it takes its toll. And while I'm actually grappling, I don't really notice a lot of pain. I'll have some pain, particularly if my knees move a certain way. It's like a sharp pain, but I don't feel like it's like a constant pain. Well, then after I get done, a few hours later, it gets pretty interesting. Sometimes it's really hard to even walk. It's so painful. I'm not complaining. I'm just analyzing so you can understand from my perspective what I mean. So what I've learned to do is, if that happens, and then that night's difficult, it's hard to sleep, you're in a lot of pain, you get up the next day, you're still limping along, you have to adjust. So if you're having so I'll just like have a light day. Maybe I won't do a lot. I'll do less exercise, but I'll still exercise. And then usually within 24 hours, that subsides, and I'm back to normal, whatever normal is. And then I can go hard again. If you let that sort of thing get in your way, what's going to happen is you're not going to ever reach your goals. You're going to say, oh, well, I can't do this anymore. No, you got to find a way. You have to adjust. What I'm getting at is you have to adjust as you go. It's not like you're quitting. If I don't want to participate in like live grappling because I'm hurting, that doesn't mean I don't show up and watch the class and maybe do some light drills with the students. I don't have to fight that night, because fighting is, when you're fighting, that's when it really takes its toll, or can take its toll. So when you're fighting in life to accomplish your goals, sometimes you got to step back for a minute, take a deep breath, have an off day. But that doesn't mean you don't do something to help you get a little further along. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I'm not preaching, I'm just explaining to you from a personal point of view. Now, the problem is when you're motivated, like me and Brent, many of you people are, it does bother me not to be 100%. But that's just the way it is. You have to accept that, and you just have to deal with the uncomfortableness of not being able to participate. Because if you do, it's going to be 10 times worse. You're not going to ever recover, and you're not going to be able to do anything ever again. So you have to learn to understand your body, learn to understand your brain. Some people suffer from a lot of anxiety, a lot of mental depression. I get it. I had my share of it when I was young. We talked about it. That's just as bad as physical. If you're going through a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, sometimes you just got to back off, man, for a day or two. Do something. If you don't want to go to the gym that day, take a long walk. If you go to the gym that day, maybe do 50% of what you normally do. That's what I'll do if I'm really hurting, right? If I've got a lot of pain. But I'm not going to not do something. That to me is giving in all the way. Cannot do that. Adjust. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. What say you, sir?
You said the word leadership. I think that would be a great topic for you to cover.
Okay.
I think you could talk all day about that.
Yeah, we could talk all day about leadership.
But funny you bring this up now. I had a little small injury that took me out of what I love to do, which is I love to walk every morning, and I had not done it in several weeks.
Okay.
And I started back Monday.
Excellent.
And I pulled a hamstring. No, just kidding. No, I started back Monday, and all is well. I could tell Tuesday I felt even better. Wednesday I feel better walking than when I wasn't walking.
I think you feel better about yourself as much as you feel better physically. It helps you mentally very much too.
Yeah.
Because you're doing something you know is good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of hamstrings, I woke up the other night with a pain in my thigh.
Not a pain in your neck?
I'm
or pain in the butt?
I'm a pain in the neck for a lot of people,
pain
apparently.
In the butt?
Yeah, I'm a pain in the butt for a lot of people.
Is it cramp?
Bad cramp.
Bad cramp.
I don't think I've ever had a cramp that bad.
Oh, I woke up to some
and in the
cramps
middle of the
my
night.
legs, my calves, Yeah.
They say it comes from deficiency of this and that, but I think it really just comes from exercising a lot. Like I'm on the Stairmaster every day, right? I do at least 60 floors, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. And but that's the best thing for arthritis in the knees because you strengthen your thighs and your calves. So you put less pressure on the knee. And I thought a lot about knee replacements and I study it a lot. And I've come to the conclusion that I think as long as I can manage what I enjoy doing, I'm not going to do the replacements. I think if it comes to the point where you can't walk anymore, which is what a lot of my friends tell me that have had knee replacements, then it's a no-brainer at that point.
Yeah.
So, not that you want to get to the point where you can't walk at all, but when you do walk, it's so painful. But I've noticed with my situation that I'm not in pain all the time. I'm only in pain part of the time. So, by doing the Stairmaster, to me, that's the best therapy for the knees. Because you're walking up. Now, you're walking down is when it hurts, but you can walk up with arthritis. And it'll strengthen your muscles. So, as long as that's going to be helpful, I think I'll stick with that versus injections versus knee replacements. But if the time comes, it's nice to know you have that as an alternative, right? That's the cool thing about medicine is that there's always going to be probably some kind of a medical solution. Like eyes. I had my cataract surgeries done a couple, 3, 4 years ago. I couldn't see anymore, right? Everything was a blur. And now I can see perfect. It's crazy. How about that for like almost a miracle? If that would have happened hundreds of years ago, people would have probably, they wouldn't have believed it. But we are so used to technology helping us out and doing things for us that we take a lot for granted. Should never take anything for granted, guys. If you got good health, enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Because when the day comes you don't, you're going to wish that you had that moment again. Mm-hmm. At any rate, not to be preachy. Okay. One last thing, and then I'll let you tell me some breaking news. I had a subscriber send us a message, and here it is. We're going to respond to it. The person said that they never got over having a bad relationship. They said it was very traumatic, and they just never got over it. They didn't give me a time frame. I've had some bad experiences with the relationships. Probably most people have. And my response to them, I sent a written message back, was, hey, it's okay to be single. It's not the end of the world. You have to learn to enjoy yourself and like yourself and be comfortable with yourself alone. I'm not saying you should be alone all the time, but you have to learn to be comfortable in your own skin. The other side of the coin is make some friendships. You don't have to be romantic with everybody. You can have, if you're a girl, you can have lots of guy friends. It doesn't have to be romantic. If you're a guy, you can have lots of female friends. If you're homosexual, I guess you're a lesbian, you can have the same sex. Okay, that's your trip. But whatever, it doesn't have to be sexual. It doesn't have to be romantic. That's a big misconception in my opinion. And you can have a lot of great friendships without it being romantic. It doesn't have to be romantic. So my suggestion to you is focus on that and focus on your own personal development so you feel better about yourself, so you're more comfortable in your own skin, and do some stuff. I mean, you don't have to sit at home by yourself. You can get out and go bowling and go to clubs and go to concerts and join church groups and get hobbies, or do like me and work 16 hours a day, and the only thing you think about at night is to go home, go to sleep, get up and do it all over again. I'm a workaholic, but that's to me a much better addiction than all the other addictions. What say you, sir?
Well, I think this depends. We don't know how deep it goes of this individual not getting over it.
Fair enough.
Because it could have been, when it was traumatic, it could have been physical, it could have been mental. So that actually does require some professional intervention. I would recommend if you're really struggling and it's been months and months and months and months, or even years, I would definitely reach out for professional help. And it could be It could be someone in your church. It could be someone. It could be a therapy that helps you understand that you are important.
Yes.
You are amazing. You were put on this earth for a reason.
Did you say I was amazing?
Huh?
Did you say I was amazing?
I did not, but you are, Ron. You're very
thank
amazing. You interrupted my flow.
I'm sorry. I'm being mean.
So anyway, I in all seriousness, if it's not just on the surface trauma and it's something deeper, definitely reach out and seek professional help, because you will. They will help guide you through the process so you can get back your confidence
Fair
and
enough.
believe that you are special.
And you're worthy.
Yes.
I had a friend named Gene Worthy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How's
Not to use a
Gene?
pun.
No.
Not to use a play on
don't.
words.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I've been around you too long. Too much dry humor. Oh boy. It's bad when you have to laugh at your own stuff.
Yes.
Because
That's
nobody
okay.
else is laughing.
That's okay.
Okay. Breaking news.
Well, this is, this doesn't apply to everybody, but I think everybody wants to hear this.
Okay.
A prosecutor in London said a golden toilet was stolen from the English palace. It was 18-karat gold
Oh my gosh.
toilet. It has never been recovered, and they said that as of right now it hasn't been recovered, and the value of the gold in the toilet is $2.8 million.
What?
Yes. Excuse me. That's pounds. So it's $3.5 million.
That's incredible.
So I guess nobody needs a golden toilet.
That's crazy.
But I guess if you got to have one,
That's bizarre.
just be on the lookout. Someone
I wonder
may
how they
break
even- I
into
wonder
your
how they
house
even got there
and
to get it.
steal the toilet. Well, let's see if it says it was a raid. It was pre-planned. Somebody knew it was in there.
Wow. And I'm sure they melted it down and sold it and made the profit.
It says, yes, one of the 3 men on trial in the case. Oh, one of the 3 men on trial in the case of the potty was involved in stealing it,
Oh,
and the
they
other
did.
2 helped.
It's pretty wild.
Helped. Gotta get back. Okay.
Interesting.
So,
What's the moral of the story? Just got to be the moral of the story.
I guess I would spend a lot more time in the bathroom if my toilet was golden as well. So, anyway,
Crazy.
also today is National Pistachio Day.
Oh, man.
Do you like pistachios?
I do like
I love them.
pistachios.
I could eat.
That's a tongue twister.
Bags.
Pistachios.
Is it
Yeah.
pistachio?
No, you say it faster. Say it slower. Pistachio.
Pistachio.
Pa.
Why do I have to say pa?
Pa, and then stachio.
Why not say pistachio? It's P-I-S.
Oh, it's P-I.
P-I-S-T-A-C-H-I-O.
Pistachio.
Pistachio.
I don't know. It's kind of a tongue twister to me.
Okay. So, and the other national holiday is For Pete's Sake Day.
For Pete's sake. For Pete's sake.
My grandma used to
Where
say
did that
all
come
the time.
from?
Well, I've read where it came from.
Okay.
I knew you would ask that.
Yeah, I'm curious.
It actually
Curious.
refers to St. Peter.
St. Peter.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, Pete and then sake.
Yeah.
Like
For St. Peter's sake. So,
St. Peter's sake.
Yeah. So, anyway, just wanted to brighten your day with that. The other day is weird, but we won't even go there.
Okay.
Tell a fairy tale day.
That's pretty weird.
Yeah, I don't
Sure what that's
know
all
that I
about.
could even do that.
That's pretty
Tell a
weird.
fairy tale. I guess you quote, like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I mean, is that is that what you do? Anyway,
Anywho, anyhow,
there you go.
there we go. Kokomo. All right.
So
well,
for Pete's sake, don't buy a golden toilet
buy
because
a golden
it'll
toilet.
get stolen.
I don't know why anybody would even want a gold toilet. That's like
Yeah. Why?
that's like way out there, man.
Yeah, it kind of gets dirty.
It just doesn't make any sense. It's
No.
it's like a big ego thing. Silly.
Yeah.
But at any rate,
It's kind of wasteful, I think.
to say the least. Huh? All right, guys. Well, I guess we'll wrap it up if you don't have any more wise words to share.
No wise words here.
No wise words. Like I was going to say something else. Okay, guys, look. Not to be bossy. Look here. No, I'm kidding. Here's the deal, man. Just stay the course. Don't give up. And eventually those stars are going to line up if you don't give up. I can attest to that from personal experience. Many times over. And like I always tell my friends, man, don't expect it to be easy. There's too much fairy tale going on in the real world with people. Like, oh yeah, everything will be fine. It's wonderful. No, it's not going to be that simple. Prepare yourself to struggle. I'm not saying to the point where you feel like you're going to die, but I mean prepare for a struggle. It's okay. The more you struggle physically, mentally, the more you're going to gain when you get through it. It's okay. It's okay. It'll be fine. Don't worry about the now. Worry about getting through the now and going to the next step and the next day and the next month and the next year. It'll be okay. Stay the course and you will be amazed at how much you will improve. Whatever it is, man. I don't care what it is. And I can attest to that many times over. Okay, so much for all that. Have a great day, and until next time, stay positive.